Hey guys, I'm about to do my easy makeup routine. I'm getting ready to run some errands and probably go out to lunch with my kids. So I was going to show you what Stay-at-Home Mom of 4 does for my easy makeup routine. I just learned how to do some of this contour and highlighting stuff fairly recently, so I'm not an expert, but I will show you what I do. This is what I do pretty much every time I put makeup on when I go out. I don't know that I'm doing it perfectly. I'm not a makeup artist, but I learned this from some research that I did on my own, and I will show you what I do, and I'll show you the products that I use, which again are Frugal products. So the first thing that I do is the highlight portion. I use two different things for that. I use this NYX HD Concealer. NYX HD Concealer. The color is Fair, the one that I use. And then the other one that I use is a Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser, Dark Circle. And I use one of the fairer ones under my eyes. Okay, I use either or. I usually use the NYX when I'm going out at night because it provides a little bit more coverage, and I use the Maybelline for daytime. So when you're putting on the highlighter, you put it way further down than you would expect to do. So I used to just put concealer right under my eye, but I don't know if you see, I put it down a lot further than you would expect to do that. Then you also put a little bit beside your nose. You put some on the bridge of your nose and you extend it upward onto your forehead. You can go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so that's your highlighting. Now the next thing that you would do is if you have pimples, I'll show you what I use for pimples. I love this stuff. This stuff is actually more expensive. It's one of the higher end products. It's named Dermablend Professional Smooth Indulgence Concealer. Dermablend Professional Smooth Indulgence Concealer. I actually don't really have any giant blemishes today that I'm going to cover up, so I won't be using that. But if I did, this stuff provides amazing coverage. It makes your pimples disappear immediately. So when you're blending in your highlighter, you want to either use one of these makeup sponges. These are the best, this shape. The larger one I actually like better, but my daughter loves to run off with it, so I don't know where it is right now. But you get one of these makeup sponges and you can blend it in with that. Or use your fingers. I actually prefer my fingers because I feel like the makeup sponges take a lot of the product off and you have to reapply it. So you just blend all that in and you can go back over it with your sponge. And now I will do the contour, and this is what I do now every single time I go out because you look really great. It is really easy to do, and I would use this contour stick even if I'm not doing everything else because it really makes your cheekbones pop. So for the contour stick, you would actually start higher than you would expect. I bet people think that you would start down here, but you actually start almost in the middle of your cheekbone where you would think would be the middle. Goes like right, your cheekbone's up here, it goes right under this portion. So you're up there, and I make a little hook. You don't have to do that, but I like to do that. It's almost like I'm hugging the cheekbone. And then you do that up here as well, this side, and do my little hug section. It doesn't have to be perfect. I forgot to say, this is Maybelline Fit Shine Free Makeup Stick. This color is Cappuccino. You can use any dark makeup stick. So you do your cheekbones, you do the bridge of your nose, right in the center. I don't know if you can see that. It's right in the center of your nose. And then you also could do like this. Makes your nose look a little smaller. I have a big nose, so I like to make my nose look smaller. You can extend it up here if you want. I don't usually do that part when I'm just going out. You can also put it right here on your chin. You're just creating shadows. So if you go out, you could do a little bit on your chin line. You can do a little bit right here, which I don't usually do unless I'm going out at night. And then you blend it all in. And the makeup brush that I use to blend it in with is realTechniques by Sam and Nick Chapman. realTechniques. They're very inexpensive but really good brushes. So you just blend that right on in. And you should do a little bit at the top of your forehead. But don't do where you had put the highlight in the center. And remember, if it's not perfect, you can always go back and fix it. So just play around, and that's how you learn. I always tell my kids every day, practice makes perfect. And I'm not perfect, I'm just learning this stuff. But it's fun to do, and I really feel like it works. I've had a lot of people ask me what I've been doing to my face lately. And this is the new thing that I do. And it looks crazy at first. You think, oh my gosh, what is she doing? She has so much makeup on. But once you blend it in, it really looks really good. And I might even put a little bit on my under here. I don't actually draw it on. And anytime you put on some sort of liquid makeup, including the stick, you have to put on a powder to set it. So all the places that I just put on the stick, now I'm going to put on a powder. And I love, this is my contour kit that I bought. And it looks like this. Okay, so I take the darkest colors. If I'm going out during the day, you could use the lighter color. I usually blend both of them for the daytime. And you blow it off, and then you just draw the line right where you put the liquid makeup, the liquid stick. And you do the same thing on the other side, right under your cheekbone, and then you do the portions above, and then you do on your chin, and that's it. And then also you have to do the light part that you did. I forgot to say the makeup brush that I use is Ecotools, an Ecotools fan brush. And the next part, I have to do the lighter part, and I use a separate brush because I don't like to get the dark and the light mixed up. And again, I use realTechniques by Sam and Nick Chapman, the realTechniques brush. And then I take this white color and the sort of ivory color, and I mix those together. And I know this probably looks crazy, but this is what I do every time. You're probably thinking, what is she doing? You do all the light parts. You want to set that color. And you can put a little white right here and a little white right here to highlight this area. I didn't do that this time. I usually just do that at night. And then I also put a little bit right under where, just a little powder. I don't usually use the liquid unless it's nighttime. And I put a little bit of light powder right under where I did the dark, because it really makes that dark pop out. So right now I kind of look crazy. It's pretty dark, as you can see. But once you blend it all in, which is what I'm going to do now, and I don't have any special brush for that. I just use Sonia Kashuk large blush brush, and I just blend it all in. Blend it all in. You blend it all together to like make all those lines disappear. And that's what I do. Now it's all blended in, and usually I go back, and if you think that the dark is not dark enough and you want to make that cheekbone pop out a little bit more, you can take your stick again and maybe draw a little bit more on. I'll usually just get some dark powder and put a little bit more dark powder under there to make my cheekbone pop out again. That's it. Now that you have your contour and highlight, you need to put something right on your cheekbones. You need to either do a blush or a bronzer. I'm going to do pink tones today, so I'm going to do blush. But when you do brown tones, I would usually use a bronzer, and I use the NYX matte bronzer. It's very inexpensive. I love the NYX brands. I get that at Ulta. I also use for blush, it's broken, but I use the NYX Color Wheel Pink Blush, and you just take a blush brush, you get some of that blush, and you put that right on your cheek, on the apple of your cheek. Don't do too much under your eye. Okay, so you have that blush. That came out a little crazy, but I can blend it. And then my favorite part, and this is the piece that a lot of people have been commenting on and saying they love it, is the, I guess it's called highlight, but it's sort of the glow on your cheekbone. The one I just purchased is the e.l.f. Gotta Glow highlight. e.l.f. makes another one, a circular one. It's called Baked Highlight by e.l.f. I love that one's my favorite, but that one broke. So I also use this e.l.f. Gotta Glow, and it's a nice little highlighter, and you actually put that a little bit under your eye. Again, you can't really go wrong with this stuff because you can blend it all in, and then you just extend it up your cheekbone, and then you blend it in with your finger. And that just really makes your cheekbone stand out. Blend it in a little bit so it doesn't look too bright. Next, all I would do would be my mascara. And this is my favorite mascara. I actually got this off of YouTube, the recommendation. It's L'Oreal Voluminous Original, super inexpensive, and it makes your eyelashes so long. I'm not going to put a lot on because I am just going out with my kids. I use a lot for when I go out at night, and it makes your eyelashes super long when you put on a couple coats of this. And since I did pink blush, I'm going to do a pink lip color. I just got this color. It's NYX Pinky. And so I just put on my lip liner. I love lip liner because I like my lips to look a little bigger. And as I'm nursing a baby, I can't do any sort of cosmetic procedures right now, so I have to use what I can use. Now this is e.l.f. lipstick. e.l.f. lipstick in Sociable, and this matches that lip liner. So that's that. I've got my pink, I've got my highlight. It's blended in. I would not usually do, I'm a big fan of filling your eyebrows in, but for daytime, I don't really feel like you need to do that. I would do that if I were going out. But you can brush your eyebrows, make them look nice and neat. I always use a toothbrush. And then I just bought this NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Stick. I love this. And you just put a little bit on your eyebrow, and it will just hold it in place. So it makes your eyebrow arch up nicely without putting any makeup on it. So that's my makeup routine. I know it probably seems a little bit more intense, but it's not. It's super easy. It takes me a few minutes. It looks really good. My cheekbones are popping out. I forgot to mention the moisturizers that I used prior to putting my makeup on. I used the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. I wash my face. I put this on right before I put my makeup on every single time. And today I actually used this Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum. Olay Regenerist Regenerating Serum. It's a great anti-wrinkle treatment, very inexpensive. You can actually buy this, I think, at Costco if they're still selling it. So now the last thing that I would do is, my hair is just a little bit greasy. I only wash my hair every other day, so I'm not going to wash it today. So I am out of the powder spray that I usually use. So I'm just going to take a little bit of baby powder and rub it in between the palms of my hands and put it right on my scalp where it's just looking a little bit greasy. You don't put it on the main part of your hair unless you're using it for styling. But I just put it right on the scalp of my hair. And since I'm blonde, it blends in pretty easily. And it really helps to make your hair not look greasy, which I like. As a stay-at-home mom, I pretty much wear my hair up in a ponytail or in a bun every single day. So that's my go-to look, and I hope that this video has helped some of you. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go take my kids to lunch and run some errands. It's a Saturday, and it's my son's 11th birthday, and I'm excited to go celebrate. Have a great day.